So the other day I see a text message from a guy named Blake who said, "Blake, here on behalf of InSource Tech. We received a referral indicating you are the talent we need. Please say yes or no to make more. Thanks." Well, I've never heard of Blake or InSource Tech before, and I'm really not interested in working for someone who can't even spell. But I was interested in seeing what it was all about. So I said yes. Blake then responded and said, "We are providing online roles that take 30 to 60 minutes and make 100 to 300 paid daily. Required citizen of the U.S. or PR and age 25 year or over." This is when I thought, I bet this is one of those task scams which you're seeing more and more of. And since people keep falling for them, I figured I better go down this rabbit hole and show you what you can expect if you do choose to take on one of these jobs.
Please, don't try this.
So Blake asked permission to text me on WhatsApp, and then I get a message from some beautiful female model saying, "Hello, my name is Anna, and I saw your phone number on the job posting for Blake at InSource Tech. I heard you were interested in an opportunity I'm working on. Do you have time to learn more?" And I said, "Sure." She said, "Hello, my name is Anna. I am very glad to receive your reply. I hope I will not disturb you." You already told me your name, Anna." She goes on to tell me that I'm now working for Stagwell, which is a huge global marketing and communications company. Wow, I must be a pretty big deal if Stagwell thinks I'm a good fit. And this graphic that she shares says that I'm going to promote product sales and optimize data ranking, whatever that means. And she goes on to explain saying merchants upload their products on Stagwell's work platform. What we need to do is help merchants optimize product data, increase visibility, and sales. And she says that she'll guide me one-on-one and take me to the training first so I can better understand it. And that's followed by some lovey emoji for some reason. Well, I tell her that I live in California and I ask where her company is located. And she says, "New York." I say, "Is that where you're from?" She says, "I'm from France and have been in the United States for less than a year. Except I'm highly suspicious that this is an actual representative from Stagwell or that she's even living in the United States. Because she says weird crap like, 'Good morning, a beautiful day has begun. Did you check my messages?' Also, the website she shares is in no way connected to the actual Stagwell website. In fact, it was only registered just a couple months ago. And when I open up the inspector window in my browser and look at her website code, I can see that a lot of it is written in Chinese." Well, let's let Anna continue because she's about to tell me the salary. She says to achieve the salary, you need to complete 2 sets of products consecutively. Minimum amount of 100 USDT is required to renew. A maximum of 2 sets of products can be completed in a day for an account. She says you don't have to travel to work somewhere. You can complete the task at home or in an office that is convenient to you, and it only takes 20 to 50 minutes to complete the work every day. Well, how convenient. And apparently you can make some big money by simply completing these tasks. So I say, cool. She says, "Do you accept the nature of this job and the working hours? If yes, we will move on to the next step, and if you have any questions about this, you can let me know, and I will answer them for you." I said, "Yes, I accept." Then she says, "Now I will guide you through the training tasks for this job, and when the training is over, you will get a commission of 20% on the training work, about 50 to 150 USDT. Do you have about 20 to 50 minutes of training time now?" Now, the process that she takes me through is so long and boring that it would put even crickets to sleep. So let me summarize. She tells me to register for an account, and then she explains that she's going to guide me through some training. She then tells me to log out of the account I've just created and log into her special training account. And here is the dashboard where I will do all my work. She tells me to click Start, and then I see an item pop up. It's a gaming keyboard made by Corsair, and my job is to complete the optimization. And how do I do that, you ask? Well, I simply click a button. Yes, by clicking a single button, I have completed my task and earned a commission of $1.91. I said, "I don't understand. Who is paying us a commission? How did we earn a commission?" Anna goes on to explain that the data that we optimize cannot be completed by robots, so they need our network to click and upload in real time. Then we could make money because we are real data optimizers. There are many such e-commerce companies in the world, and many merchants are using this promotion method to increase sales and exposure. Although it seems that we just clicked the task, we have paid for it, so it increases the purchase volume and exposure of the product, which will make the product rank higher in the mall. And once the purchase volume of the product increases, it will even increase the stock of its company. This is why companies spend a lot of money to optimize their products. So, let me get this straight. Corsair wants to sell this keyboard so bad that they are willing to pay a human being $1.91 to click a button. And somehow that will make it rank higher in the mall? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Clicking buttons and uploading data are precisely the activities that you'd get a computer or a robot to do. And the only reason that you'd want human involvement in easily automated work like this would be to scam them. But how are they going to scam you, you might ask? Well, let's continue with our tasks and see what the catch is. Now, each task gives me a random item that I'm supposed to optimize, and each task gives me a different commission. I just have to do all 45 of these before I can cash out. But at task number 34, I get this error that says insufficient account balance. So I ask Aina and she acts like it's a good thing. She points out the high commission on this item and says this happens because the price of the product we need to optimize is higher than the total amount of the working account, so it becomes a negative number. When the account is negative, we cannot continue the task. And she asked me to show her the negative balance in my account and she says she will make it up for me. She says, okay, wait for me for 2 minutes, now I will contact customer service to make up the negative amount. Then, 2 minutes later, she says, I have recharged successfully. Now you can continue to optimize the order. Just click on the transaction order to submit. Please notify me after completing the remaining tasks. Thank you. So what she's done on this training exercise is show me that this high-priced item is more than the money that I have in my account. But if I just add the $114 more, then I can continue with the optimization and earn the commission and eventually cash out. So even though it requires you to spend money, you'll end up making more when you optimize the data for these more expensive items. Aina says, hope you can come across a second quality contract order so we can make more money. So I just continue on with my work and I optimize all 45 of these items. And at this point, I think that my training is complete and that she's going to direct me to log into my personal account and likely use my own money to complete more tasks. But for some reason, Aina then asks me where I'm from. And I'm like, why does that matter? But I just say Denver. But then I forgot I already told her California. Dang it, I've got so many fake personalities that I use, I can't keep them all straight. But she knows something's up and she starts speaking to me in Chinese, confirming my suspicion that these are Chinese scammers. So I take what she's saying over to Google Translate and it looks like she's assuming that I'm in Dubai. And I do have a friend who's been helping me research this site that happens to live in Dubai. So what she did is she looked up the IP addresses that have been logging into this training account and she saw one from Dubai. She knows that I'm lying and she's not happy. And then she goes on to use some of the grossest language that I've ever heard, which doesn't seem to fit with this nice lady that I've gotten to know. I must have really pissed her or him off, but I guess this confirms that this is a scam. But the one thing that I wanted to find out for this video is if you can actually make money on this, because it seems like it's quite a lot of work just to trick someone into sending 114 bucks. And from what I've read, people do make little amounts of money at first, and because it was so easy to make, they reinvest it all thinking that they will earn more on the second round. So I hit up a second recruiter who's running a similar task scam. A woman named Anna Lucas texted me claiming to work for Upwork, but she says I'll be using the SoluStar platform to provide data to merchants. It's basically the same thing, except I'm writing reviews for random products for Target. And I don't have to know anything about the products because it automatically generates the reviews for me. That didn't stop me from purposely giving them 1-star reviews and crappy comments though. Doesn't matter, I'm still getting commissions. And after completing all my tasks, I received a commission of $58.21. And if you're thinking that that's just fake money that I'll never see, you're exactly like me. But to my surprise, when I went to withdraw the reward, which I could only do through Bitcoin, it actually came through. My 30 minutes of work actually made me $58. So if I received the money, can we really call this a scam? Well, if I walk away right now, I guess not. But this Anna lady is anxious to get me to reinvest and begin more tasks. And I can only assume that I'm going to run into more high-ticket items that will require me to invest more than I've already earned. She even shows me charts saying that I can basically double my money. And my guess is that they will build up your trust enough so that you'll eventually be willing to drop thousands to continue. And that's where you're going to get scammed. And you don't have to search hard to find people who've lost thousands of dollars attempting to collect their commissions. So I'm just gonna call it a day and quit while I'm ahead. But Anna doesn't like that though, and she starts pressuring me into doing more tasks. But I'm happy with what I have, and I just respond with a Chinese proverb that reads, "Those who are content are always happy." But then she starts dropping some weird insult saying that she's my dad and calling me the perverted prince. It seems clear that these websites are in fact run by Chinese criminals exploiting Americans' greed and financial vulnerability in a challenging job market. And unfortunately, there's not much more that we can do to these guys who are a world away other than waste their time. But you can report these websites to the hosting companies and show how they're impersonating other companies. I did that with the Stagwell site, and even though they didn't fully remove it, they did slap a warning on it saying that this website was reported for potential phishing. And now anyone who visits this site is going to see it. And then not an hour later, I get a message from one of the customer service agents on the site saying, "Dear user, good evening. I apologize for disturbing you at this time. The company has informed that due to a malicious cyber attack on the platform, the system has been maintained to protect all users' personal information. Please make sure to save the new work URL as the previous one has been closed. You can use the new URL to log into your work account." So in order to keep their current victims from getting spooked by the warning, they actually just switched to a whole new website and then blamed it on a cyber attack. I said, "Who would do such a thing?" They said, "Hello," initially judged that this was a means used by a rival company to compete. Yeah, sure. But then I asked why their employee was swearing at me in Chinese, to which they never responded and removed my account. But this is pretty alarming to think that these scammers will not only drop money on new websites every couple days, but they'll also pay small amounts to their victims in order to entice them to keep working on tasks so they can eventually drain their bank accounts. There's so much going on here that it's easy to see how someone could easily be deceived. I'm just glad that I was able to show you how this works, and even though I got out ahead, I would not recommend trying this yourself. But I am going to rub it in these scammers' faces by treating myself to a nice meal on their behalf. So thank you, scammers. And if you're watching this, it was an absolute pleasure doing business with you. And to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.